Good morning, sir. My name is MD Nomir Alam. I am a student of MSW first year. Today, I am going to discuss. Discuss my presentation topic: National Youth Policy 2014. Here, I will understand the definition of youth and um, definition of youth and global context and Indian context. And here I will discuss about vision of National Youth Policy and five objective of National Youth Policy 2014 and objectives of National Youth Policy and seven priority area of National Youth Policy of India 2014. Here different according to National Youth Policy 2003, the youth defined the age group between 13 to 13 to 35. The age group between 13 to 35 is called youth, but the term has been mm, redefined according to 2014 National Youth Policy. The who is called youth? That refers to those between the age group between 15 and 29. Age group between 15 to 29 is called youth. According to National Youth Policy 2014, definition has been changed. If you talk about the global context, definition of youth defined by National Youth United Nations, the person who is between the age of 15 uh, to 24 is called youth. Here we will understand the vision of the National Youth Policy 2014 to empower of the youth of the country to achieve their full potential and through them enable India to find its rightful place in the community of the nation. Here the vision defined to achieve the full potential of the youth through the enable India to make India enable to find its rightful place in the community of the nation. To empower of the youth is the vision of the uh, National Youth Policy 2014. Here we will understand the five objective of the National Youth Policy 2014. The first objective was to create a productive workforce that can make a sustainable contribution to India's economic development. Here National Youth Policy 2014, the first objective says that to create a productive workforce for youth. The workforce that can be a sustainable means that can be a use for present also for future to India's economic development. We have to develop a good productive workforce and for the India's economic development and also increase the per capita income of the country and develop the GDP of the country. That should be very productive. And second objective was to be develop a strong and healthy generation equipped to take on the future challenges. Suppose here the second objective talk about the healthy generation, uh, development of youth and through the good health facilities. We have to deliver, we have to provide a good facility to the youth generation that can help to for future challenges because health health is wealth, so health must be good for youth, then they can develop good capacity building for the country and they can good work for the country. The youth can good work for the national building of the country, so we have to provide health services to the youth properly during his development stage. And third objective was to be uh, to promote social values and promote a community service to build national ownership. We have to we develop the personality of the youth to develop his personality as well as to work for the community to increase the social values of the youth development of youth through the social services. For objective 2 we participation politics and civic engagement at all levels of governance. Here objective force of the national youth policy says that youth we have to participate in politics. Without participation in politics we cannot develop our personality. If you want to develop personality of the youth of the nation, then engagement of youth in the politics is very important to know the governance and governing system of the country. And fifth and last objective of National Youth Policy 2014 says that support youth at risk and create an equitable opportunity for all disadvantaged and marginalized youth. In country there are lots of sections of the society. some who are poor, some has rich, that we have to development of the youth. Also we have to look at marginalized section who was very poor and disadvantaged class in our society. In government, through the government policies, we have to protect the youth from the risky behavior. Many youth, they do the crime and juvenile crime, and during childhood they do the crime, so we have to protect the risky behavior of the youth. We have to understand, uh, we have completed vision of the national youth policy and five objective of the national youth policy, and we have seven priority area of the national youth policy. The first priority of the national youth policy was the education. Education is the most important thing to development of the youth. If you want to development the youth, we have to provide education. We know that we have a right to education. Right to Through the right to education is a compulsory education for children. So to educate children, then it can helps to be a development of the nation as well as development of the personality, to build a system capacity and quality and promote development and lifelong learning. Learning should be lifelong, not for a short time. Second priority area of the national youth policy was to implement a skill development. We know youth are engaged to get education. After education, we have to get employment generation of the country. For the youth, is very important for the government to target youth to outreach awareness and to build across the system and stakeholder define role of government and other stakeholders. We have to be work. The government should be, the national, according to national youth policy, the second priority area to employment and skill development is the second priority, which helps to empower the youth of the country. Entrepreneurship is the third priority area of the national youth policy. Entrepreneurship means business mandate target youth to outreach the program. It's very important to scale up to effective program to build capacity and create to customize program for youth and entrepreneurship. Implement the widespread and monitoring the evolution system of the entrepreneurship. The youth should be like the businessman and entrepreneurs, how to create an entrepreneur, like social entrepreneur is a very good for nowadays, to create a to help the people in the society and also get earning money is very important. The Another was, no, health and healthy lifestyle is the another priority area of the national youth policy of 2014, to improve the service delivery and awareness about the health, nutrition, preventive care. We have to, through the lots of many health policies, we have to improve health of the youth of the country. We have to provide sport facility. Without sport facility, physical work, and we cannot improve our personality. Education as well as sport to increase access. We have to provide, access facilities to training to youth, to promote sport skill. Regarding youth can work in any sport, but must be engagement of the youth in sports facilities is very important. Promote of sport cultural of among youth, to support and development for talent sport persons. Promote social value is the another priority area of the national youth policy of 2014, to promote formalized values education system, strengthening the engagement programs of youth. Support to NGO. We have to NGO and for profit organization working towards spreading values and harmony. Community engagement is very important to promote the youth development. Engagement is very important to development of the youth. Promote social entrepreneurship through the community engagement. And another priority area is participation in politics and governance. Objective also was the participation of the youth in the politics is very important. Engage youth outside of the political system. Create a governance mechanism that youth can leverage and promote youth engagement in urban and rural, and to be youth participation in politics very important. Youth engagement, measure and monitor effective youth to development scheme. Create a platform to engage youth. According to national youth policy, we have to develop, uh, platform, which platform, through that platform can develop the youth. Suppose we have NSS, national service scheme. Through the national service scheme, we develop the personality of student with the community engagement. Inclusion is very important here. Inclusion means, development of youth It means we have to focus also there are some disadvantaged class, ensure the economic opportunities for youth in conflict affected region and marginalized section. There are some people who are disadvantaged, marginalized in our community, in society, so we have to develop for we have to work for them also. Social justice is a last and very important. Leverage youth into eliminate injustice social practice, and we have to access justice to all at all level. We have to access to justice to at all level. We have social justice is a very important to to fulfill the priority area of the national youth policies. So thank you, sir.